generational wealth for yourself and your family, much like I have done and actively doing via tax liens. I mean, I execute with wholesale deals. I literally just teach you guys how to get to the bag. So right now we are the dynamic duo. We got the bank, and I teach you what to do when you get the bank's money. That's my thing. Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all heard that. We ain't gonna just skip over to this. Now, like I just said, if you got some friends that you
Yeah.
want to put on game, tag 2 of them right now.
Yeah.
Tag 2 of them right now. Brother Hashim, you already in the tribe, so you're gonna get that information in about 30 minutes. She's coming to the tribe.
I'm coming
And
to
she's
the
gonna give you
tribe.
this information. So we just gonna tell you what she do. But if you want to get this game, go to www.theabstribe tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah.
She's gonna get a game. So you was able to do 20 plus homes,
Yes.
all cash. Now,
With the exception of one.
With the
You
exception
gotta
of
be
one.
fair. Yeah.
With the exception of one, all of these are cash, meaning that you didn't have to have no wonderful credit. You paid this in cash, meaning that she didn't have to borrow from the bank. So tell us a little bit, because I see somebody commenting, what is a tax lien exactly?
Okay, so a tax lien is pretty much a lien that's placed on a property due to default taxes. So when people think of tax liens, they just kind of make it one thing, and it's not one thing. You have tax delinquent, you have tax collection. You know, all of the stuff that I'm going to break down when I teach the actual class in about 40 minutes. But long story short, it's a person who's losing a home due to the fact that they did not pay either their taxes and or their mortgage. So you're able to get a property for still. It's equivalent to a car auction. So I'm teaching people how to go get Bentleys from the car auction, pretty much. That's what we doing over here.
Okay, let me ask you a question, cause I know they already lit after they seen that 600.
It's up.
Let's see, brother Hashim. For example, brother Young Khan Adon, he came into the ABS tribe, and he done got some affiliates. He's up to about almost 600 just with his affiliate link. He can take that digital, put it in something physical, and just get some profit. Now, let me ask you this question: is $600? What is the lowest amount that you've paid for a home, and what was the biggest profit that you've seen? So what was the lowest, and then how much profit did you make? Give
Okay,
us
so
a
the
scenario.
lowest that I've ever purchased a property for was 500, but I have been with people who've purchased a house for 300. Wait, I think I got a house for $1 before too, but we ain't gonna count that one. So we're gonna say 500. I want to be fair, because I like to undercommit and over deliver. The biggest profit, I want to say maybe like 400,000 in equity, somewhere 400, 450.
And how much did you get that for?
That property specifically was about 20,000 though. So that one was 20,000.
20,000. So
But
let me ask you
I didn't have to touch it. I didn't have to fix it. I didn't have to look at it. I didn't have to walk through it. I didn't have to do any of those things. So it was still pretty much.
Okay, now we're gonna break down it just a little bit. Okay, now you paid 20,000. Now somebody who's like, Brother Ben, I ain't got the 20,000 yet. That's still a low number to get that type of profit, but that's still a low number. So what I could do is I got 5, my friend got 5, and then they got 2 friends that got 5. So if we all 4 came together and put up just the 5, not the whole 20, just
y'all
the 5.
Would be almost $500,000 rich if y'all.
So walk us through the scenario, not detail. You're gonna do that in the tribe. So if I put in my 5, we got 400,000 equity. What does this mean? I don't put 5. It got 400,000 equity. Kind of break that. How's that? How do I get some profit out of that?
So the world is pretty much at your disposal at that point. You can either sell the property, get the profit, and then you can go reinvest. You could do what they call a cash out refi, pull the equity out, which is the money, and then you can keep the property, have the money, still go reinvest. It really would depend on what you want to do with it. You guys could keep it, rent it out, make a profit that way as a whole, because then you guys would be business partners. It's a couple different ways. Even if you didn't have 4 friends that had 5,000, you could go to the bank, or you can use business credit. It's a lot of things I'm gonna kind of break down and teach.
So when you said sell it, when you said sell it, you mean they can put 5 in, worth 4, so they can just sell it to a buyer without touching it.
Yeah,
they can just sell it to a buyer and get a profit of 400,000 or no?
Absolutely. So it would depend on the current. That specific property that I had, no, they probably would have only made about 300,000. If you wanted to max it to the 450,
listen, hold on.
You probably would have had to fix it up. You would have had to paint and put some new walls on there. But if you sold it as is, nah, you would only got 300.
She said only 300.
I mean, I'm saying, because if I can stand to make 100 or 150 more, only 3,000, to me, I'm losing. I'm cheating myself, right?
Wow.
So that's why I said only 3,000.
If we bring y'all the best of the best
And
in the
this is
comment. Now we
crazy.
got somebody in the comment section that said, "Sister, I got 10. I got 20, but man, I only got 10 in my savings. What could somebody possibly do with 10,000?"
I want to tell you, you should buy 3 houses. You should buy it. You should buy one to like flip and use the profit to fix the other 2 that you might acquire. Or you could do it backwards. I'm like an advocate for having your assets pay for themselves. So I always feel like sell one and use the profit to fix the other ones. Just so, like you said, you don't exhaust all of your money. So if you're like, I got 20, but I really only got 10 to play with, use that 10 to your advantage to make more capital and then reinvest and build the portfolio. And that's kind of what I did. So I got my first property. I got my first property for $1. And after the transfer tax and all of that, title insurance, it was about $300-400. I sold that property for $152,000. And that 1 year I bought 9 houses. Like I used that 152 and bought 9 houses. But I didn't do that quite right because I should have got some more. But now it was okay. It was a good start. I was about 19 years old. It's all good in the hood, you know. But
Now,
that's what I would advise that person to do.
Now we have some. Now that was actually gonna be my next question. What if you got somebody who young, they're in college and they got that
refund check?
Yeah, your refund check. They got 2,000. Okay.
Ooh.
Now he got 3 basketball friends. They all on the basketball team, and they got he got 3 people say, man, I put up 2, so now we got $6,000.
Yeah.
Have you seen any scenarios where somebody can take 6,000 and get some good profit? What's some scenarios?
Yo, I've seen people take 600 and make 30,000 in 2 weeks. So 6,000 definitely. 6,000 will give you about 60,000 in buying power. If you're doing tax liens. But I've seen people do 600 and make 20-30,000 profit. Like I've seen people take $250 and make a $200,000 profit. It really just depends on the strategy that you go in with and how you do it. But if you got 6,000, you're fine. You can do it. Absolutely.
Hey, listen, tribe. Y'all know we finna do some ABS. Man, the whole ABS finna be late. We finna have property all over the world. Okay.
Everybody. And that's the goal. I mean, I told Brother Ben, man, it was like a divine ordinance that we connected with one another because it's like the best of both worlds. Real estate, wealth, the whole thing. But right now during this pandemic, I feel like our people need it the most. You guys like got a lot going on. Everything's out of control. Where you live, what you eat, what you make. You guys firsthand got a chance to see that you do not control that. And I do believe the only way to control that is via ownership. What you don't own, you don't control. But a lot of people have the lack of knowledge. So you don't know that you can go to an auction and get a $600 property. You don't know that you don't need credit to actually own a house. You don't know that you could buy a mansion. I lived very humble beginnings. So I'm not like a silver spoon kid or a trust fund kid. No, I grew up in the hood like many of my peers. But you don't have to stay there. So like my last post, I said we have 2 choices. You can become a product of your environment or you can create an environment that will produce what you actually want. So it's just our job to kind of give that knowledge and that information out. Like I said, I'm not perfect. 26, almost 27. I am a mom. I have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old. XBX, he knows. Every time we do the voice message, he hears a kid. And you saw the baby. Yep. When I presented my situation,
we just met physically last weekend. What's crazy is she been listen, try. I apologize. She been trying to hit me up. I did. Y'all know my DM be full. So she shows me the DM. She done hit me about 4 times. I didn't see it, but luckily, you know, Dad Grace invited us out. We all was building, and I was like, well, this is some valuable information. But she had been trying to get it to me. I think it was all at the right time. It was supposed to happen that way. I saw it broken down in person. I said, oh, we got to bring this to the trial.
Yeah, and I was trying to tell him because I like what you do in terms of just educating our people. I think to move forward as a whole, we need education and we need knowledge. Like it's over for being a victim. It's over for saying what we don't have or what we weren't taught. Now is the time to learn. So me personally, I like wake up every day with the intention to teach somebody new. Even if I teach one person and they get it, well, then they can move on and teach somebody else. It's very important to me. I was able to retire my great-grandma. I was eating sushi earlier with my 2-year-old. They have passport stamps. It's a whole different world because where I grew up, it wasn't like this. I grew up in a row home. I grew up with neighbors. I live in a gated community. The line is so thin between poverty and wealth, and that line is made up of knowledge. It's the information that makes the difference. And once you learn and start to apply, it's over. So I love what you stand for and what you represent. So I was like, yeah, okay, we got to get together. I hit you with the DM. Very consistent. I'm patient. I had it all day. Yep. I DM'd him about 4 times. Then when he was like, hey, sis, I was like, nope. I pulled the phone out. Look at this. Look at this. I made him do the walk of shame. Okay, I made him do the walk of shame because he needed to know he was turning down all these jewels. But I do feel like together it's going to be magical. Get in a tribe because I'm like breaking it down. Like right now, you know that you have to go and get the property for $600 from an auction. You know all of that great stuff. The how is going to kill a game. When I start talking about the free $14,000 in credit, when I like what I'm gonna break down in the class is gonna be crazy. But for right now, y'all know that y'all supposed to get these $600 houses and all that great
And this
stuff.
is and I know somebody thinking it because they even asked me this about digital real estate. They always ask, well, brother, do I have to have a license? Do I have to have a degree? Going about that.
Nope. So okay, I actually went to real estate school for the terminology and the contract, but me personally, I didn't want to split with the broker. I didn't want to be under a Berkshire Hathaway or a KW. So I am only an investor, and I literally make 7 figures. Like literally, my real estate portfolio is about $5 million. I do not have a real estate license. You do not have to have a real estate license. You can do this with the stroke of a pen. You need the pen to sign the contract. So the stroke of a pen, you don't have to do like any extra work, no heavy lifting. It's real simple. You get in, you get out.
Somebody said it's today the only class we'll listen. We're gonna be partners, okay? So we building a partnership. Yeah. So I'm sure that she'll be back into the tribe. If you was asking, like, because you're going to be late, all the classes are recorded. So all the people that we've had in the past, when you sign up for the tribe, everything is recorded. So even if you come in late, you'll be able to watch it. You'll be able to watch it again. So, man, I mean, just the scenarios. Give us another scenario of someone who did something with just, you know, $1,000. Because
my best situation. Now, if you look on my page, so Rosebud Investments, I literally post the people with the receipts. And they all, yeah, I got a house for $600. Oh, I got 4 houses. I didn't spend $2,000. Like, I post that on purpose. That's my social proof because I don't know these people. And it's kind of like bloopers, right? Because they talk how they talk. They say their little cuss words. And they're like, damn, I got to do it again. I'm like, no, give it to them raw because they need to know. You look like us. It's a thing. It's not. Wealth doesn't have a certain look, so it's not suit and tie, cufflink. Wealth doesn't look like that. So no, this is not a one-time thing. This is public record. You can look and see that properties sell for this amount. For instance, my assistant, because we actually take people to the auction and all of that stuff. Before she became my assistant, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, she was just a client. She did $600. She purchased a lot and she sold it on Craigslist and made $15,000 in like a couple hours. On Craigslist. Now, this is crazy because I don't use Craigslist. Well, now I do. But at the time, I didn't know Craigslist was a thing. I was nervous. She was like, he said he going to meet me. I was like, Craigslist? You know, the Craigslist killer? I was like, Craigslist? She was like, yo, he said he coming. I stayed on the phone with her. They do the transaction. He bought her a bag full of blue $100 bills. They was real. She had the money pin. She got it from Staples. She made $15,000 from a $600 lot that she purchased. And now, before then, to her, it was like, you know, but... Oh,
somebody said 600 property, but how much of taxes? Now I'm learning too with y'all. But if you paying 600 and flip it, you ain't got to worry about no tax. That's you giving it to somebody else, right?
Well, that is true. But it's not even you passing on the debt. Some of these auctions give you the property debt free. So because you paid 600 for the property does not mean that the property is only worth 600.
Come on, y'all.
You go to these auctions and you actually are getting these properties free of all liens and encumbrances. So the taxes are going to be whatever they are moving forward. You are taxed that next year because you do have to pay real estate taxes every year, but you do get that property debt free. So I'm going to teach that, you know, how to choose the correct auctions because you have to go to the ones that don't give you back taxes and back mortgages. You have to go to the ones that give you deeds and not just liens or certificates. So there is like a strategy towards it, hence the whole class thing that I got to kind of break down. But for the most part, you can literally go in there. So these $600 scenarios I'm talking about, that's it. So when I got my property for $1,700, I think the person may have owed about $20,000 in taxes or whatever. No, I won the bid for $1,700. I paid $1,700. That $20,000 it went away. You start with a clean slate, depending on the auction that you purchase from. So that's really important.
Javon, that was my next question, and actually is going to be my last question because we gotta get off because I gotta post some of this stuff to get people to come in. Listen, if you ain't tagged no friend yet, you're selfish. You finna learn how to.
They selfish. They try to keep the wealth to themselves, BX.
Yeah, don't keep the wealth to yourself, man. We living in abundance. So my next question is gonna be: we got people who living in the UK that's inside the ABS tribe. Is this United States? Can you know? Because I know you said you don't have to physically be there to get the home. So what if they're in the UK and say, "Hey, man, I'm looking here. I see a good deal here. Do they have to be in the United States to profit?
No, so there's a few different ways to do that. I actually have people that are out of the US. Not as far as the UK. I got some Canadian clients. I got some island clients. You can do what's called a remote closing. So it's not quite digital real estate, but if you can get a notary over there to sign paperwork, you can literally wire funds to and from. So that's not something that you have to physically be here to do. You would need an entity, which is like a business, and you can do it that way. Or you can have somebody in the States that you trust that can operate on your behalf. Either way. But to answer your question, yes, this is something that can be done if you're not physically here. Like I have people who are in Iraq right now, stationed in other places. I have clients that's in Qatar, like they're just not here, and they're still taking advantage of the information and being able to purchase, so that when they do come to the States, you know, they're making money, or their money can be wired. If you got tenants, you can literally have them put money in your bank account every month. And obviously, you know, there's both domestic and international fund wiring, you know, everywhere for anything anyway. So no, you don't actually have to be there. You can make some money from the UK. Yes, you can.
Sounds good. Well, listen, we're going to get off. I thank you for the information. I look forward to the game you're going to give tonight. If you went to theabstribe.com and you tried to log on and didn't go through, email ASAP, like ASAP, help@assetsbeforespurging.com. Somebody put it in the comments. help@assetsbeforesplurging.com, and we'll get you signed up if you have like a little error. Most of the time you have an error when your credit card doesn't match your zip code. Usually something wrong with the credit card information. But if you have that little error, go to help@assetsbeforespurging.com. Somebody said I got in. Okay, fine. So listen, man, try to get your friends and family on. And before we go, when you become an affiliate, you also will, when you become a member, you also will have access to become an affiliate. So all this game that you don't have to teach, all this game that you don't have to serve, we'll give you access to have a actual affiliate link to where you can get people to come in as well to get this great information, and you can get a profit off of it as well. So listen, we're about to get started in about 20 minutes. I'll see y'all in class. Thank you, sis. Man, listen, if y'all listen, I told y'all we bring you the best of the best to the tribe. When y'all sign up, go look at my last video on Instagram to see how to log into the tribe. If you're in the tribe, go look at my last video on Instagram to see how to sign up to the tribe. I see. Peace, fam. It's your brother Ben X. If you haven't seen my last. Peace, fam. It's your brother Ben X. If you haven't seen my last post, please go check out my last post. Now, for those who are already ABS Tribe members and you're new, like you just signed up today and you don't know where to